All right, I'm in charge of strategy here at the Fidelis Creative Agency, and I am talking about something that I saw over the weekend, which I thought was awesome. It's this idea that writing isn't something that we're supposed to actually outsource to the robots and to the droids. There's value in sitting down and with pen on paper actually developing some ideas. So I have a great quote for you. This is by Joan Didion. It was from the late 70s, and she was a writer, and she says, "I write entirely to find out what I'm thinking, what I'm looking at, what I see, and what it means, what I want, and what I fear." That's a great quote that has been truncated now down to, I write to discover what I think. But what she's highlighting is that we often don't know what we think until we sit down to actually compose. And that's why your first draft is never your best draft. It's something that's in development, it's in process. That is the value of business thinkers and business leaders sitting down and crafting. And I had a conversation with a guy over the weekend who came to me and was like, I just don't know. I know I'm supposed to be writing a lot and posting on LinkedIn. I know I'm supposed to be positioning myself as somebody who does think deeply about my world, but I never know really kind of what to write about. Can you give me some hints? And I thought immediately, that's a legal pad and that's a pen in a quiet place. And then you just draw lines, and on the left side, you just say, I want to write about this, 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 and this. So get a list of topics down the left side. And then next to it, just list out 4 or 5 thoughts that you have actually about each one of those topics. Like, I hate this. I found this to be true. This is what I see on the horizon. I hear a lot about this in my industry. And boy, I couldn't agree more with this trend line, right? Just put out 4 or 5 different lines connected to each one of those topics. Well, my gosh, you're like halfway there right away. There you've got ideas. I want to talk about this. Here's 4 or 5 thoughts that I have related to this. And then in your third column, you can push back. You can say, now I know that the prevailing wisdom is this. And I know that you're going to say, oh yeah, well, what about X, Y, or Z? Great questions, great objections. I would answer it this way. Boom, right there, you're right there at a rough draft right away. So I would encourage business thinkers to be doing this with a legal pad more than starting with a screen and typing. I think it does something different. I can't back that up, but I feel like I've read a lot in the past about how actually engaging your hand to do the writing engages something mentally that just opening a screen with that blinking cursor or whatever on Grammarly. So I would encourage you to do it the hard way, the good way, because it's actually going to produce an outcome that doesn't sound like AI generated, and it will be uniquely true of you and what you think. And then the last thing I would say is, after you're done with your rough draft, go ahead and throw in something that's kind of wild. Throw in some weird wording, a strange metaphor, do something that kind of spices it up, right? Like you've got a great stew that you've cooked up, throw in some extra just to keep it weird and interesting. That's the stuff that actually makes people want to read it. So I hope that helps. Take care.